You know, it's one of those questions that's so simple, we almost never stop to actually ask it. We're surrounded by plants, towering trees, little flowers in a pot. But have you ever really thought about how they drink? I mean, they don't have mouths, so what's their secret? Well, let's dive into this hidden world together.
Seriously, just picture it. How does water from the ground travel all the way up to the very top leaf of a giant redwood tree? The engineering behind it all? It's honestly way more incredible than you'd probably guess.
And get this. The clue to figuring it all out is hiding in plain sight, in a simple little experiment you might have even done in school. This celery stalk, turning blue from some dyed water, is about to spill all the secrets of a hidden plumbing system that literally powers most of life on Earth. Okay, to really get this, we've got to shrink ourselves down, like way down, and start our journey where the plant does, deep underground in the dark, damp world of the soil, on a scale that's totally invisible to us. So a plant doesn't have one big mouth. Instead, it has millions, and I mean millions, of these tiny living straws, each one on a mission, searching for water in the soil. We call these root hairs. And here they are. This is what we're talking about. On the left, you can see the real deal under a microscope. It's just this long, skinny extension of a single cell. And the diagram on the right makes that simple yet totally brilliant structure super clear. It's this design that does all the initial heavy lifting for the entire plant. It's wild. And what's so cool is how perfectly designed they are for this one job. First off, having millions of these hairs creates a massive surface area, so the plant can soak up as much water as possible. And second, their walls are incredibly thin, which makes it super easy for water to just pass right through. Plus, as a little bonus, this whole dense network helps anchor the plant tight in the ground. Okay, so we've got the straws in place, but how do they actually pull the water in? I mean, there's no little pump down there, right? Nope. Instead, they use a fundamental force of nature itself. And that force is called osmosis. It's a really simple but powerful idea. Water will always try to move from a place where there's a lot of it to a place where there's less of it, because nature just wants to balance things out. All it needs is a special kind of barrier to cross, like the wall of a plant cell. And this diagram right here, it shows you exactly how it works. On the outside, in the soil, you've got lots of water, what scientists call a high water potential. But inside the root hair cell, it's full of salts and sugars, which means there's less room for water, a low water potential. Osmosis takes over, and that difference creates a natural pull, drawing water from the soil right into the root. It happens completely automatically, no pump required. All right, so mission accomplished, right? The water's inside the root. But wait, that's just step one. Now that water has to get from the very bottom of the plant all the way to the top, so let's follow it on the next leg of its journey. This image lays it all out for us. Follow the blue arrows with me. From the left, you see the water moving in through that root hair, then it hops from cell to cell across the root's cortex, always moving inwards, and its destination is that central channel, the plant's main water highway, a special tube called the xylem. So this xylem, think of it like a perfectly engineered plumbing system. It's this continuous, unbroken column of microscopic tubes that runs the entire length of the plant, from the deepest, tiniest root tip all the way to the highest leaf. It's this incredible structure that lets a plant pull water up, literally defying gravity every single second. Now, all of this is happening on a totally microscopic scale, right? We can't see it. So how do we know this is what's really going on? Well, this brings us right back to our celery experiment. Well, the proof is actually super simple. You take a stalk of celery, pop it in some colored water, and maybe put another one in plain water just to compare. Then you just let the plant do its thing in the sun for a few hours. Pretty soon, you'll start to see the leaves changing color. But the real magic happens when you look inside. And there it is, the smoking gun. When you slice that celery stalk open, you see the color isn't spread out everywhere. It's concentrated in these tiny, perfect little dots. Those are the xylem vessels we've been talking about, stained bright blue by the dye. That simple colored water just lit up the plant's internal highway for us to see. How cool is that? And so, after that long journey all the way up the stem, the water finally reaches its destination, the leaf. This is where it gets to do its most important job. It becomes a key ingredient for photosynthesis, that amazing process where plants use sunlight to make their own food. And as a byproduct, they release the very oxygen that all of us need to breathe. So the next time you look at a simple flower or a giant tree, just remember this incredible hidden world at work, a masterpiece of natural engineering, all happening in silence. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing invisible systems are humming away right under our noses, just waiting for us to notice?